Alright. Welcome everybody. Just running late a little bit. Didn't realize it was getting close to 2 p.m. over here in Indiana. Again, welcome. Captain Megazenin, Moto 45, Falcon Lover. And who else? J. Frank. Who? I hope everybody is having a great Sunday. It's a little bit rainy over here in Indiana. Look like Chesapeake Airport is a little bit better in terms of weather. Yeah, Hugh is using a gamer tag Coco can read. We'll jump around and see who is here, who is not here in a second. Thank you very much, Moto. Yeah, I think this is going to be a fun flight. We have a rocket, so to speak, that can climb very fast and cruise very fast. So I'm expecting a fun flight. Been a while since I flew with the CJ4, so expect some mistakes though. Alright, let's just get up and look around to see who is here. Alright, we have a couple people. Let's see. XDI blank. And I'm just looking to see the other people. This might be again due to server lag or something else. As always, I am using USA East. Oh wow, what a loud track back there. Okay, Captain Megazen says he's just spawning in. And Falcon Lover is XDI blank, so... Oh, well, Forza Horizon 5. That's a fun game, Captain Megazen. Now I see you. Right on top of myself. We spawned at the same spot. No worries, no problems. So Hugh is here, but not showing for some reason. I don't know how MSFS brings the traffic information and the other players, so I'm not sure what's happening there. But all good. It's okay, Captain Megazen. No worries. I didn't save it. No, you don't have to. But if you want to, that's up to you. Let me jump inside to see if it's creating any visual problems. No, not a problem at all. I'm not seeing anything. So I'm using this black interior, by the way, guys. You are just going to watch today because your sim is unplayable. Oh no, what happened, Moto? Yeah, we'll jump outside again. Let's just stay in the cockpit for a while. It's much more quiet and enjoyable, I would say. As I was saying, I'm using this black interior that I found in flightsim.to. And I think this looks great with this aircraft. The default, what was it, gray/bluish one, was okay, but it was hard to read the text. So I think this promotes the text a little bit better, and I kind of like this black interior and the black panels. You need, Frank, I need more training to fly with the big boys. No, not really, Frank. We usually go through each and every step of getting prepared and importing the flight plan, which we will be using a SimBrief import. But I can also enter that manually if you guys want to see that part in the CJ4. And you should be able to follow along. And I'll just go a little bit slower for everybody to catch up if that works for you. And you can perfectly join us. We don't have any judgment for anyone who is new or whatever, so we'll just welcome you and welcome you with open arms. Okay, Captain Megazen says yes, please do it manually. Sure thing. So yep, it is simple, like Modo said, and with the working title mod, which we are using today, it makes it so much functional. I would say, as compared to the default one. Okay, so let's slowly get started, shall we? We have a short flight, so I'm not so worried about the time we are using. So we can just do it on our own pace. I got rid of the yoke for you guys to see a little bit better. And I have some button assignments that I will be using, but I explain what each one does. Alright, so first things first, we need some power, right? So we'll turn the batteries to on.
Landing gear.
Flipping my
Landing
switch.
gear.
Oh, it's yelling at me because I forgot the landing gear position at up, but now it's done. So that's the battery switch. Let's do one more time. Batteries to on. At this point we are not going to start the engines. Let me get rid of the warnings too. Oh man, stop please, don't. Alright, I don't know why I cannot. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So now from there we have to turn the generators to on. In default aircraft these buttons do not function. They are just hard coded to on position, but the working title mod changes all these 6 switches and makes them operational. Okay, so we'll turn the generators to on. Even though the engines are not running, we will keep them at on position. And to be able to enter our flight plan, we have to turn the avionics to dispatch, which is the lower position of this 3-way switch. Let's click that master caution one more time, and as you see our FMC came to life. We have one screen showing what we are doing here, and we are ready to initialize the position and set our flight plan. Let me pull my briefing from Volanta. I will need the waypoints and we will do this. Alright, let's just get closer to the FMC. Okay, there we go. First things first, let's clear that warning. Maybe it needs to stay there, I don't know. But we will do the position initialization first. That's the first thing we would do. Oh, by the way, before even going to here, see that emergency lights switch? We need to arm this switch to arm the emergency exit lights in the cabin. And this turns on the standby flight display or standby altimeter. You turn that to on position too, so that we have an altimeter that we see our current position. QNH, we will look at that later on. My Volanta says I'm in a Piper. Yes, I was too lazy to change the aircraft type. I believe. Modo. Let me see. Now it's showing C25C as the aircraft type, but the photo is the Piper's photo because of the tail number I am using. So I'm using the same tail number I used last night when I was flying the Piper. You're right. Well, sorry about that. I'll fix that later on. Alright. Yeah, I try to keep a log of my aircraft that I use, but sometimes I forget to change the tail number and then it just detects it as the old one. Yeah, I was flying in Volanta last night, Captain Magazine, and I took a nice flight. It was actually a nice flight from where was this? Nuremberg in Germany to Paderborn. So that was the flight I made last night in the Piper. Yeah, this is easy to learn. Okay, let's initialize the position first. Okay, so go to here. You can't enter anything to the airport field. This comes from the flight plan, so don't try to enter here, anything here, or pilot reference waypoint. Yeah, I have you on Volanta, Modo. I see you. You are talking to someone else probably. Alright. Now we copy this GPS position by pressing the line select key. And then it will copy it as soon as we press to the set position. So that's our position initialization. Next page of this also shows your GPS positions, like latitude and longitude or coordinates. but we don't mess with any of these. The keys are not active. So at the current state, you just do it like this. And then now we have to enter the flight plan. So our origin is Kilo Papa, I believe, your Kilo Charlie Papa Kilo Chesapeake Regional. Alright, and to be able to see this here, we can switch to the plan mode. You can set these buttons, memory 1, memory 2, memory 2, 3 to different views, and you set those views using this lower menu button. As you see, rows is what we see right now. If I scroll down, arc is this. P-pause is present position, that shows our current position in the world. And then plan mode is where you can enter a flight plan and track the waypoints. And to store this, any of these screens, when you set what you please, you press and hold the memory buttons until it releases itself, and then you will have that stored in these memory functions. You can also add some overlays if you like to, like you can add terrain or weather overlay, and you can add some map symbols, lav nav aids, intersections, terminal waypoints, airports, NDBs, so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm not gonna change my settings, just wanted to share that with you guys. So memory 1 is my current position, memory 2 is the current position with traffic information, and then memory 3 is my plan mode. Alright, so our destination, we are going to Portland. So that's Kilo Papa India Tango. Oh, I'm sorry, not Portland, Pittsburgh. What I was thinking. Oh, so funny. Okay, so that's origin, destination. Alternate, it doesn't let me enter any alternate waypoints, but we can try. Our alternate airport is Kilo Delta Tango Whiskey, and pressing that button should take it, but the key is not active at the moment. Alright, so our departure runway is 05. We can enter that after clearing this and see if it will take it. Original runway, no, key not active, as you see. Anyway, so from here we go to the next page, and now we need to enter our YAs and 2s. So first is a direct to KATZN Kilo Alpha Tango Zulu November. So Kilo, oh, let's clear that, don't forget it stays behind. Kilo Alpha Tango Zulu November. And to be able to enter this as a direct, you don't enter a via. Vias are usually airways that you plug in. We don't have one in this flight, so it's all direct from one waypoint to another. So you have to enter the waypoint information to the right side by pressing the line select key. Hopefully it will take it. What? Oh no, this is too bad. Yeah, I am too, Modifier 5. I am spoiled with SimBrief too. And for some reason it's not, oh, it's not taking because, hold on. Let me select the departure first. So our departure is from runway 05, right? And let's execute this and go to the flight plan page and try to enter this again. No, it's not taking that. So for you it worked. Interesting. I don't know where I'm having problems here. Oh, hold on. There is one here. Okay. One thing to remind you guys. There is a single line via 2. Before you fill this out, you won't be able to fill the other ones. It will block you. And these dashed lines means that it's expecting you to enter information. So that's why it's not taken, because I'm on the second page without filling this first one. So if I press and enter it here, as you see, it will take it. Captain Megazenon. Yeah, I'm explaining. You need to do the first page first. There is a single line that I forgot. It's been so long since I flew this thing, so that's why. before filling this line, you won't be able to. Alright, so we'll execute this and go to the next page now. Now we can enter our next one, which is EJOCY, Echo Juliet Oscar Charlie Yankee. Echo Juliet Oscar Charlie Yankee. Ta-da! You have to have the dashed lines to be able to enter anything. If there is no dashed lines, that is not going to take any information you try to plug in. That's why. So this is the only waypoint we need to enter, 2 of them. And we'll execute this. So that's our routing entered. We will now enter our departure, our arrival too, in this case. So we will be arriving via the Demi 4 arrival, Delta Echo Mike Echo 4, and we will be doing an ILS approach to runway 28 left. We'll select this, and let me see if we have a transition. We're supposed to have one. Oops. And that transition is PT. So we will select PT as our transition into approach from arrival, and we'll execute this. So best part is done, but we have to clean up the discontinuities because there are some vectors between our arrival and approach, and those vectors will be on the legs page. You go next, and as you see, there's vectors from Stiller to PT, and the aircraft doesn't know how to get there. So what we can do here is we can copy PT to our scratch pad like so, go back and paste it over the vect where it says vect. Sometimes you will not have vect but just discontinuity. In those cases you can copy and paste directly over the discontinuity, but if you have vectors it's not gonna work, so you have to paste it over the vector and execute that. Now we have a full flight plan. Alright, we'll check our flight plan when we have our engines running and avionics are on. Before the avionics are turned on, you won't be able to check your flight plan waypoints. Yep, and now we have no discontinuities whatsoever. The aircraft knows where to go and what to do, and it's showing the missed approach too. After runway, if we do a missed approach, we need to climb to 4000 and head direct to Hotel Lima Golf and hold at Hotel Lima Golf, which is also entered. VNAV, I suppose it works, Captain Megazenon. We will put it to test together, okay? See how it performs. Yeah, Modo, you can clean the discontinuity and it will go direct to that waypoint after arriving the last one. So that's our legs, flight plan, everything is done. Now we need to enter our performance. Alright, performance, our cruising altitude is for this flight, let me check that real quick, is flight level 430. We are flying high today. 430, that's our cruising altitude. We'll take 7 passengers, okay, and we'll take maybe 200 pounds of cargo. There we go. Oh, Hugh says VNAV definitely works. So let me ask you one thing, Hugh. Is it working during climb or is it working during descent? Because there was a difference when I last flew with this aircraft. It was doing the descent, but it was not doing the climb as expected. So you let us know, and we will test it to see if it will. 200 pounds of powder? No, we are not traveling from Costa Rica, Moto. We'll get there. We'll get there though. Okay, so the next up is our fuel. So in this case, I don't know. Do they carry? Alright, black fuel we need is 2556 or 2556 pounds. Right now we have a little bit more. So we'll go to the weights and balances. Switch this to pounds if it wasn't displaying pounds, and then we will try to match this closest to 2556. So let's go 50. I think that's the closest we can get, 2593. I'm happy with that. And it didn't take this because we have to refresh this page. So we'll go to legs, flight plan, and back to performance or performance initialization, and it will now update the sensed fuel. Okay, this part is done. We need to go to the takeoff page. So we have a couple things that we need to enter here. For that we need the METAR information. With the sim update 7 we do get METAR from the weather menu, which is nice. And you can select the it will display the closest airports to your position. We'll select the Chesapeake, and it says no METAR available. There was some METAR available though. What's happening with this live weather? Oh, is that why we are stuck with the standard QNH? Let me check the weather. Oh, not through there. Let's cycle live weather a couple times to see if it will take anything. Alright, let's go to live weather again. And let's bring the METAR window. Alright, looks like we are not getting any METAR information from Microsoft Flight Simulator. So let's just go to our Discord. Yeah, I know it is. We will use the bot that I set up in our Discord channel to get the METAR for the airport we are in. That would be probably the easiest way to do it. Let's go to the bot commands and then METAR Kilo Charlie Papa Kilo. Alright, I got the METAR information. So the winds are coming from 070 at 8 knots. We will enter that, 070 at 08 knots. That's our wind information. Outside air temperature is 15 degrees. We'll plug in there, and the QNH is 30.26, 30.26, 30.26 there, and we're done. We need to go to the next page, and we need to send the speeds to our PFD. Anti-ice will be on. We'll use 15 degrees of flaps for takeoff. The rest we don't touch, and we will just send this reference speeds to our PFD. Alright guys, we are done with the flight planning part. Okay, so now we can turn our, let's not turn all the avionics to off. I just don't want to wipe our flight plan clean. So let's do this. Let's start the engines and then turn all the other systems. Oh, Hugh, you might have ran out of battery. Okay, so let me show you this. Index, this will display the menu. Second page, mod set. There is a ground power unit option. Turn that to on. You will not drain your batteries, and that will help me probably too. And you can link your Navigraph to see the charts. I'm not doing it, so we'll leave it for a later time. And you can also sync your flight plan from the world map menu if you want to. You can turn this option on. It will sync your flight plan from the world map, otherwise it will not. But we'll keep the ground power on. Remind me to turn it off before we taxi. Alright. We are ready to run the engines. For that we will need our beacon light and nav lights to on. Actually, nav lights should have turned on as soon as we turn the batteries to on. Alright, so that's nav lights turned on. I'm using my button assignments. I'll turn the beacon to on and we will start engines. We'll start with the right engine. Ta-da! And we are looking here and waiting until we see 1.9 or 19, I'm sorry, 19 and 2. Alright, 17. We'll open this guard and then hit the run. That will add fuel. And we hear the engine spooling, which is always a good sign. And I see some heat blur coming up, so we're good. We are waiting for 53.4 N2, and then the engine will be stable at that point. And the N1 will probably stick around 21%, and then we will start the left engine. $53.4, 24.5. Now we are stable. Yeah, you are right, Modo 45. Most pilots of these just run one engine to have power, and actually asking for ground power unit is quite expensive than spending some fuel by keeping one engine running. So that's why they do that. In international airports, it's quite costly to rent a ground power unit if you are not parked at a gate with a jetway or something like that, because those usually have ground power at the parking place or apron that you can hook up, but renting a ground power unit is quite expensive. Let's start the left engine. So starter to on. Again, we are looking for 19% N2, and we will add the fuel by unguarding this switch and hitting the run button to start our engine. 17, 18, there we go. Close the guard. And let's turn our passenger lights, belt and safety.
May I have your attention, please? At this time, please comply with the illuminated seat belt and no smoking signs.
Very nice cabin announcement there. And you can do the passenger briefings in this mode too. Like, let's wait for the engines to start, and as you see, there's a passenger briefing button here that will put what briefings we have here, and you can scroll through each one and select whatever you select to play that briefing. So we'll do a short takeoff briefing when we are taxiing to the runway. Modo, I don't think you have to. That has been my own practice, but I think you can hit the run button, and as soon as it reaches 19%, it will add the fuel, not before that. So the FADEC will keep it controlled. You don't have to do this. Let's go back to our legs page now. And now both engines are running. We can turn our avionics to on. Ta-da! All the screens will come to life. Have we set the QNH here? Looks like we haven't. And alright, let's set this what it is. So I'm gonna cheat here. I know QNH we entered 30.26. I haven't changed the PFD menu to change the pressure settings from inches hectopascals to inches mercury. I think it's done over here. Yep. Now it shows HPA, and that could be due to my Microsoft Flight Simulator settings. I don't remember, so I'm gonna hit the B key to cheat that and set the altimeter. So that's 1025, which is now set. We are almost 40 feet above sea level, and that's our screens running. I think these are a little bit too bright if you ask me, so we can probably adjust the brightness of the screens through here and make them less bright, like so it's not hard on our eyes. And we'll just turn the panel lights down a tad. That's better, I guess. Alright, engines are running, everything looks good. So what we can do is we can come over here, we can open our stored plan page, we go to the MFD advanced menu here, and we can advance through the waypoints, and we can change the range by this button. it should increase the range. 25 is good to check our flight plan route. Next waypoint, next, yep, and that's showing our arrival. We can get down to 10 and have better view of what we have in our arrival and approach. So that's PT, that's our transition to our approach into runway 28 left, which you see here. And from there we have our missed approach. And I believe you can also display the missed approach information with an overlay. Maybe not an overlay, map symbols. Yep, it's right here. So if I select this, it should also display our missed approach on the ND, I'm sorry. Let's close that and let me store this to our flight plan setting. There we go. So if I go previous, as you see after the runway, do I have smaller range that I can show you guys? Nope. It is also displaying our missed approach. Maybe increasing the range will show it right there. So that's our missed approach. Climb direct to 4000, make a left turn to Hotel Lima Golf. A lot of good functions added by the working title mod. I think those guys know what they are doing, and this mod became very popular and great to fly with recently. So, well guys, I guess we are pretty much ready to taxi. But before doing that, let me bring the yoke back. Let's do a quick flight controls check. Full left center, full right center, full forward center, full back center, right rudder center, left rudder center. All flight controls are working and we are ready to roll. But I'm gonna jump outside and see who is here. Alright, everybody is on the roll. Let's go, let's get to the runway, okay? Parking brake is off. Yep, it does perform a holding pattern. The holds are in there. I'll show you how when we are up in the air mode. You can hold at any given waypoint on your flight plan or any waypoint in that matter and set a hold for that waypoint. We can give it a try when we are up in the air. Oh, thank you very much, eGamer. See, I almost forgot. Disengage the ground power. Thank you very much. This is why I like you guys co-piloting me. Alright, ground power to off. Thanks a lot. That was very helpful. Now we are ready to roll. Parking brake is already off, so we'll add some thrust to get her moving. 30-35% should do. And we'll need to turn the taxi light to on. I'll use my button assignment for that. Taxi lights are now on. And we are moving. We'll make this left turn. And there should be a yellow line that we're supposed to follow somewhere there. Yep. Right in front of us. We will join the taxiway. And we will reduce the thrust a little bit so that we don't speed too much. In the meantime, we have to set our flaps, but I'll make this turn into the taxiway and set our flaps while we are taxiing to the runway. It's stuttering a little bit, sorry about that. Alright. What is the IS? Are you asking the ILS frequency? We'll take a look at that Falcon when we get there. It should tune it automatically, but we'll take a look. Captain Magazanin, you are missing your landing gear or wheels. 108.9er. Okay. Yeah, I'll check the chart and let you guys know about that when we are setting our approach. Alright, we are taxiing now. Let's set our flaps. Alright, flaps to 15 degrees. And you see it over here too. It doesn't do auto. Oh, it should, but we will check that, Hugh. Okay, we will check that. Thanks for the heads up. Oh, he got the new Zotac. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Magnetic, what was it? Anti-gravity magnetic wheels. Alright, that's the flap setting right there, showing 15 degrees of flaps. That's all set. Now we are going to probably pass through Captain KATZN, and now I started to see your wheels, so that's something I believe about the LOD setting. Alright, let's slow down. Throttles to idle. Everything is set. And we will set our autopilot before takeoff, okay? We haven't set the altitude. I know that. So we will do it right here at the hold short before entering the runway. Let's stop here and take care of a couple things. Altitude, we will set that to 43,000. Also, I'm using a button assignment here. We don't have any restrictions. I checked the chart, so we can climb all the way up to our cruising altitude of 43,000. That's set. We'll turn the flight director to on. There we go. And the LNAV. And let's try VNAV. VPatch, VPitch, so, and it's going to use a, okay, let's see if we can climb with VNAV or if we are going to overspeed and have to take control. So that might be something we will be observing all together. So our autopilot panel is now set, and what we need to do is turn the strobe on, turn the landing lights on, and we will enter the runway. Okay, Hugh says VNAV will not climb. Okay, that's good to know. So then we will change it to a flight level change, and we'll set a climb rate of 210 knots. I think should do. Alright, that's set now. And let's get going. A little bit of thrust. Come on, girl. You can move. There we go. Alright, everybody is coming. We are ready to roll, guys. And we will go back to memory 1 that will display the information we need on our ND, along with the traffic information, and I'm pretty sure I will be able to see you guys too. It's not the live traffic, it's also the players. Yep, this is a good plane. I love it. Alright, we will take position over here at the center line, jump outside, take a look at everybody. Alright. That should be Captain KATZN doing his takeoff roll. Yep, let's wait for him to take off and then I'll be next. By the way, I haven't done a sound check, but I hope you guys are hearing me and the simulator with no problems. I can increase the simulator's voice if it's too loud. But let's get going. Alright, we will go to 40-50% and stabilize there, and then we will keep going. I know what that master caution is. It's asking me to turn the pitot heat on, which is right behind here, right there, and then I'll maintain the center line and bring the yoke back after takeoff. I don't want to lose my position on the runway. We are coming up to our V rotate, and there we go. Lifting off, nice and easy. Let go of the rudders. Positive rate, gear is coming up. And we will hold this and follow the flight director. I will fly by hand for a little bit. We need to make a left turn, as far as I remember. So now we will speed up, and the flight director is guiding us to make that left turn. Let's do it. We haven't engaged autopilot yet, so we will pitch the nose down to gain some more speed to clean the flaps. Alright, all is working nice now, no problems. We can set a lower range to see where we are. Alright, that's better. And we are turning towards our flight plan route, gaining some more speed. Let me check my throttle setting. We are at climbed detent, so that's good. Let's follow the flight director. I'm still hand flying this thing and trying to gain some speed. I need to trim down for the flaps. Alright, I'm trimming down to get back down to what flight director is showing us. Little bit of cloudy, passing through the clouds, climbing 4,000, 5,000, and I need to bring the chat back to see you guys. Okay, sound is loud and clear. Great. Alright, we'll turn to right to join our flight plan path. I'm still hand flying, so we are at up to 90, 199, 200. Flaps are coming up now, and we'll trim for climb and we'll follow the flight director. Alright, correct our pitch. Alright, nice and easy. Trimming is still a little bit tricky. I'm still getting used to it. So, and this thing goes like a rocket, so I need to bring the nose way down to maintain the speed and do not pass 250 before 10,000. Nope, not too much. Let's keep climbing. I'll match it by manually pitching and wait for the trim to catch up just a tad bit more, and that's a good climb setting with pitch and everything. So we are nicely trimmed and climbing. Passing 10,000, landing lights will come off, and we are waiting for 18,000 now. We'll pitch down and follow the flight director, and I'm constantly trimming, guys. We are still at the toga setting. I think I need to come back to climb setting on the throttles. It's always hard to see, but I think that's the climb setting. And now we are nicely on our way. Passing 12,000, our passengers are happy. And I forgot to do the passenger briefing. I told we will, but well. Alright, let's turn the autopilot on and the yaw damper, and we should be on our way now using the autopilot. We climb up to 12,000 hand flying. Let's synchronize our heading, that's very important. And let's jump outside, take a look who is where. Okay, Coco can read is down there. I'm pretty sure it will be much more easier to have a trim wheel model. I'm pretty sure. Using your head switch and clicking forward and back a couple times is not the easiest way. That's Captain Megazenin. XDI Blank, Falcon Lover is back there. Lemonia Bull, Unable Might. If you guys are with us, I believe you are. I see you as well. And that's the airport down below. You see us climbing rapidly. Yep. Alright, let's check our avionics. Let's make sure we are not dropping any more speed. And looks like Hue, it is maintaining a VNAV flight level climb of 210 knots. I'm impressed though. It's doing it. Even VNAV climb is not working by itself. You can combine that with a flight level change and it will follow that accordingly. Looks like it. And we are getting close to 18,000. And one thing I didn't do in the FMS is when you go to the performance page and VNAV setup, oh, transition altitude is there. Okay, I'm glad it's showing 18,000. This is where you change your transition altitude and VNAV speeds. So that's our target climb speed, that's our target cruising speed, and that's our descent. We'll keep that at the legs page. Oh, that's great then. I think this is a good climb rate. I'm happy. We are good. And we passed the 18,000 mark. Let's go to standard barometric pressure. I'm not sure if this also goes like that. Probably not. I probably have to go down and set this manually. Oh, it's set to standard. Okay, maybe it's just slewed to the main one. And there you go. We are nice and stable going up. So let me keep an eye outside. Oh man, this is beautiful. It's great to see all of you guys around following us. I'm gonna take a screenshot right here. And that's the flyby camera, I believe. And I'm not sure how you set this up. It shows all of you, but well, anyway. I can use this one too to a little bit easily. Oh, why do I have my taxi lights on still? So let's turn them off too. I forgot about the taxi lights. You are right about me. Okay, let's see here. Oh, there you go. I saw you. That makes another good screenshot. It's great, it's great. So, Mr. Modo, while you are co-piloting and helping me... Oh my gosh! You are amazing, Hugh. Thank you very much, my friend. Happy holidays to you as well. Hugh donated $50 and says, "Happy holidays, friend. Thanks for being you." Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thanks a lot, Hugh. You guys are amazing. And oh, I forgot to update you guys on the... Oh yeah, he is awesome. I love you guys too. Feelings are mutual, guys. I love you guys too. Oh yeah, I was actually, hold on, let me tell you the story, guys. So I was working on this livery that I promised that I will paint, and I agree with Modo. That livery for CJ4 is pretty much done, Hugh. But I'm thinking about what graphics to put, okay? So you'll be surprised, and I don't know if you really want me to put Hugh Jessel at the side of the aircraft, or if you prefer a different text. Please let me know so that I know what I'm putting on the side of the aircraft. That livery is almost done, so I will publish that hopefully very closely, maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, but that CJ4 livery will be available for you to download very shortly. Yeah, we won't tell anyone. He says I am. Oh my gosh, I think everybody has a little bit of that part in him, right? I think it's good to be that guy at times, or having that ability. Alright, this looks great, guys. This looks great. We are climbing like a rocket, 210 knots all the way up to 43,000. Okay, I got my creative genius working for you, so I'll publish that shortly. And I have one for Dream too that I have to start working on. Yep, someone, I don't know, I saw that from the screen, but it was a Tomcat. So Desert Soldier, I believe, was in the F-18, or it says Tomcat. So do we have a Tomcat for this simulator? So he was in a fighter jet. Oh, there was a Tomcat, wasn't there? He blew past us. That's how he was able to do that. Alright, what I was saying, yeah, synchronize the heading. I'll have one for Dream as well. Dream requested a NASA livery, so I will be making a NASA livery for him too. So that's the terrain. We can go to a higher range now and see the aircraft around us. There we go. We have a lot of traffic around us, guys. Ah, Captain Magazanin. Oh my friend, thank you very much for the 250 Norwegian crowns donation. You guys are great too. Thank you very much and appreciate the support. Alright, we are about to pass 29,000. Again, Hugh, Captain Megazenin, thank you very much for the donations, guys. I appreciate you and I love you guys all. Whether you donate or not, don't worry about it. I love you all. It's nice to be around people who likes to do the same stuff and fly and chill and not worried about how fast we go, how we plan the time and how much time we use. So I appreciate you guys. Alright, we are about to pass 29,000, which means we need to go switch to max speed mode. Alright, we see max 6.4, that's our climb setting, remember, from our VNav setup page. So the aircraft will pitch down and climb using that max speed. It's down here. Let me just go down and show you. So if we go to performance, VNav setup, this is our target speed. If I change this to 0.61, it's not gonna take it. Oh, because I have to put the indicated airspeed as well, and now it will change it and the aircraft will just start using that. Okay, so it's gonna aim for that when I use the VNav climb. So you can edit those settings, you can edit your cruise target speed, but I will leave them as they are and just wanted to show you guys how it's done. Let's go to the legs page and keep it there. We should have a top of descent calculation with this aircraft too. Yep, you can change the climb speeds and it will just maintain that, either the indicated airspeed before 29,000 or the max speed that you set after 29,000. Yep, I was getting to that motto. Sidetracked a little bit. So while you are co-piloting, are you okay with finding us some questions about Pittsburgh? How I do it? So let me show you one more time, Falcon. And I believe you need to set this up while you are on the ground. I am not sure if it will take it to effect, or I don't know if you need to cycle the autopilot to make the aircraft take the new setting into account. So right now it's aiming for Mach 2 6.4, which was the old setting. You go to performance menu, VNav setup. So this is the target speed, okay? And how you set it up is 0.64, and you have to put the indicated airspeed 240, and that will change it. And the aircraft will use this target speed. And there is a difference between how you calculate the max speed and convert it into climb, but we can do this 0.62 for instance and 210. I'm not sure if these two match, but you can change that, and executing will shoot that into here, or we need to, yeah, it's still getting 6.4. I think we need to cycle VNav or change that, and it will update it. Yeah, I don't know if you need to, that part I really don't know if you need to do this while you are on the ground so that the VNav will take it into effect. If it doesn't show here, as you see VNav flight level change, Mach 6.2, I had to change this. Because this this aircraft doesn't have an auto thrust, I think you have to do a couple things manually. But you can change that, and maybe it will take it into account after takeoff. So I'm pretty sure you have to set this up while you are on the ground, not up in the air. And I'm not sure if this is changeable in the air in the real thing, and if this mod is not letting you do that while you are in the air. So those questions I don't have the answers for, but that's how you do it. Let's go to the legs page, and over on here is that one. We have our VNav information. Our top of descent is 40 miles away. That's very close. And it's saying 22 minutes to top of descent. Oh, it's increasing. Oh, because that's the last waypoint we passed. I'm sorry, our top of descent is in now 120 miles and in 21 minutes. So that's a 3-degree descent from that waypoint to Koslu to get down to 4,000 or above. Okay, it's working. That's good to know. So we are 21 minutes away from our top of descent. We are still climbing. A little bit slower, but that's okay. And looks like the aircraft is getting down to Mach 6.2 as you see here. And we are almost very close to our cruising altitude. Then we will just pull the throttles back to cruise setting and keep like that until the top of descent. Okay, let's see. Modo says, you want the question, I found a neat fact. So guys, this is going to be the first question to decide what we are flying in the next stream. And this is a fact about Pittsburgh. So are you guys ready for a question to see who is going to be the one deciding what we fly next time? And I'll just keep myself outside to keep you guys in the screen and be able to see all of you. I am okay with the question model. Let's see if everybody is ready to answer the question. So who says he is ready? Falcon is ready. I'm pretty sure Captain Megazenin says never ready for the questions, but he is pretty ready, I guess. Oh, Frank is ready too. Great, Frank. By the way, what's your gamer tag, Frank? I think you said it, but I just passed that part of the chat. Let me scroll up to see if I can find where you said your gamer tag. Douglas is ready. Douglas, I didn't know you were here. Welcome. Yeah, so as you see, Captain Megazenin says never ready for the questions, but I'll give it a try. Let's jump inside. It says turn on anti-icing. Do we have ice? Oh, there is the question. Pittsburgh is known as the city of bridges due to its large amount of bridges spanning the 3 joining rivers in the area. This means there are more bridges than Venice or any other city in the world. How many bridges are there in Pittsburgh? Nice question. I don't see any icing, to be honest with you, Falcon. There are no clouds. I don't think we will need icing, anti-ice systems yet. So Falcon says 400 bridges in Pittsburgh. Okay. I could say, but I just googled it. And I cannot read that gamer or YouTube name. I'm sorry. Douglas says 446. Hugh says 300. Falcon says 550. So he updated his 400 to 550.
Altitude.
And that's the altitude call. We are almost at our cruising altitude. 446. So Douglas is the one answering correctly. Alright, Douglas. Now you get to choose what we are flying next time. And the next question will be about our destination. Yep, I agree. This time it was like very quick to get the answer. Congrats, Douglas. Oh, he says, Siri helped me a little bit. It's okay, it's always good to have new people deciding what we are flying. We have made those selections so many times with the regular people like Captain Megazen and Modo, Spooky. Hugh, I believe, has answered a couple times correctly as well. Yeah. Alright, Douglas, you are going to tell us what we are flying next time. That is going to be the next question, Douglas. We first select the aircraft. Oops. Let me just switch out of that frequency. Sorry about that. 126.85. Ta-da. 126.85. Ta-da. Oh, Nightbot is upset, Captain Megazenon. Sorry. Let's just view those messages. Don't worry about Nightbot. Oh, sorry, Captain Megazenon. Sorry about that. Nightbot is picky today. That's okay. I need to change his settings to make him behave a little bit better. So that's what I forgot. But while we are in the tune page, so this is manually tuned, and I'm gonna bring up the chart. ILS runway 28 left, and the frequency is correct. It's 108.9er, so I'm not sure why it's not tuned while we have the approach, but we will wait. TCAS mode, TA array, I forgot to turn that on, and ATC code, we forgot to plug in our transponder code. What a bad pilot I am. Yeah, you are best friends? Okay. Yeah, I make sure I tell him that too, Captain Megazenon. Yep, Modo will ask another question when we get the aircraft. Okay, so we are at cruise, guys. We need to get the throttles to the cruise setting. So that's right there, very barely seeable. But that's our cruise thrust setting. And that should do for the rest of the flight until we reach our top of descent. Let's see who is where. Okay, looks like I'm gaining on you guys a little bit. And oh no, you guys are right there. Megazenon is there, Coco is there. Is my aircraft following the flight plan correctly? Yes, it is. Okay, Douglas says he wants us to fly the Cirrus SR-22. And yes, we are getting close to the top of descent, 7 minutes. So we need to do some settings, guys. Alright, let's go back to the performance. And we'll go to the approach. We'll take the METAR, see if we can, from live weather for our destination. It's still not showing Pittsburgh. We need to fill this up when we get there, so I'm gonna go to our Discord again and ask for METAR KPIT and current weather at Pittsburgh. Winds are coming from 110 at 8 knots, so let's plug that in, and we can change this if it's different in the sim. Outside air temperature at Pittsburgh is 7 degrees, dew point is -4, and the QNH is 30.0. That's that, and we will be landing 28 left, and runway is dry, hopefully, and that is our setting. Anti-ice will be off, and we will send this reference speed to our PFD to keep them there. So we are looking for a 109 knots approach speed and 103 landing speed. You can get METAR under data link menu. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You are right, you are right. Index, data link, weather, request, and we'll just put KPIT here and send that information and go back, return, receive messages. Aid is not available. Did I send the wrong information though? Okay, there it is. It took me a little bit. So winds are 110 at 8 knots, that's correct. QNH is 3000, that's also correct. So it's matching our Discord server, which is nice to know. And temperature is 7 degrees. So we're good. We are good. And there is a lot of other information here too. Alright, so that's set. We are getting very close to our top of descent. It started to display over there. And we need to change our altitude setting. Let me check the chart real quick to see what restrictions we have on our arrival, and I'll tell you guys about all of those. We have a 10,000 at Nesto, and that's the only one. So let's see, let's set our altitude to, I hope you don't start descending. Let's set our altitude to 8,000 for now and see what the aircraft will do when we have VNAV. And I don't know if I have to reactivate VNAV again. I shouldn't, but as I said, it's been a while since I flew with this thing, so I'm just trying to remember. You will do a manual landing with VR. Oh. Okay. Yep, VNAV right there. Now we should see the restrictions coming into play if the aircraft has them, and we can check the legs page to see if we have any restrictions. But we have an 10,000 at Nesto according to our chart. Oops, let me clear this. Let's put a 10,000 restriction right to Nesto. Alright, so the aircraft will now, or should, follow that restriction that we placed. And when the top of descent comes, we should see the aircraft descending. Alright, as you see, now I started to see that if we go over here, it says Nesto at 10,000, so it should follow that restriction we have. So you bought an Asus Republic of Gamers 4K monitor on Black Friday sale. Oh, great. 4K, mine is 2K. It is not an IPS panel. It's a, what was that called? What panel was it? It's the low quality panel. Let me tell you that. Yep, I entered my own restriction, Falcon. I saw a 10,000 and it says expect, so this is probably ATC can give us 10,000, or we should not have a restriction, so that's ATC's discretion. And I plugged 10,000 into Nesto to see what the aircraft will do and pretend like ATC asked us to pass Nesto at 10,000. Yep, that's what I did. Look at that. It's nice to see all of you guys flying around us. That's great view. Let's take another screenshot. I can't remember when was the last time when we were this busy up in the air. Alright, top of descent is very close. Let's see it. And we will see flashing over here, top of descent, 1 minute. That comes in, this white text, when you are 1 minute away, and we are 1 minute away, and then it will start flashing when it's about to engage, and we need to maintain our throttles and come back not to overspeed. I don't know, Captain Magazine, maybe I was traveling too fast. So almost there, we'll see that flashing, and we have to adjust the throttles. My hand is on my throttle quadrant to pull it back when the aircraft starts descending. Alright, almost there. We see the VNAV star. That star will get into the middle, this line, and that will tell us that we are on profile, vertical profile, and the aircraft will start descending when it gets to the middle. You see that TOD flashing on the PFD. We are about to start our descent. That's, I think, 5 seconds before it. And now the aircraft started descending. Come back on the throttles. We'll come back to probably 75% M1 and keep it there. I think that's good enough. Let me match both sides. Oops. A little bit sensitive, but that should do. We are not speeding up, so we are speeding up. We'll come back to 70% in this case. We are still speeding up, so I don't want to go too fast. And it's just jumping a little bit. That's probably due to weather. Alright. You need to make a manual descent. Oh, okay, so you're just TOD, just pop. Okay, no worries. We are on profile, and if we are still speeding, so we need to come back more to prevent overspeeding. And I should see the speed slowing down, so let's go down to 60% and see what the aircraft will do. It's still going to increase the speed. I'm trying to adjust my throttles, guys. Okay, when I reach 8k feet, I have to be below 260 knots. Yep. I need to keep this throttle adjusted so that we don't speed. But looks like now we are maintaining the speed of 230 and descending. And that's the star. We are a little bit above the profile. That's what means if it's below, we are above, so we need to slow down for the aircraft to maybe get down a little bit faster, and that star needs to be at the center. So I'll just keep it at 48% M1, and it should do the trick and bring the star to the middle, because the aircraft is trying to maintain a certain speed that's set up in the VNAV performance page, and that's why it's not able to match the star. So you have to keep that in your mind and monitor that very closely during descent. But we are now good. Let's see if we have a briefing for the descent. We never turned off the seatbelt signs. And no, we don't. Maybe if I remember, we can do a landing briefing this time. Yep, this aircraft is very fun to fly. It works very nicely. And yeah, it's really fun to fly, to be honest. Very nice. And we see the contrails. See that? I love it. When you are above a certain altitude, you start to see the contrails behind you. Alright, everybody is happy. We are very close to Pittsburgh, by the way, guys. So that's our 19 minutes arrival to Pittsburgh, 115 nautical miles. And as you see, 10,000 is displayed here in magenta color. That means the aircraft will level off at 10,000 until we clear Nesto. So that's what it's trying to maintain, because I entered that restriction myself. And let's take a look at the approach chart before it's too late. And let's make sure I have the approach information filled in. Yep, it is. And when we get to our transition, which is PT, before that we will activate the approach here. Okay, that's filled. And there should be... Oh, why don't I have an activate approach? Or maybe because we don't have a have auto thrust. So I don't know if we need to activate this then, because speed is our discretion. Aircraft will not know what to do, and that's probably why we don't have an activate approach function in this aircraft, because that's just slowing us down to flap speed and getting the aircraft ready for approach. But we'll use the autopilot approach right before PD to switch to the frequency of the ILS and do that. And let me double check that to see. It is still not tuned and showing manual. If I select that to auto, it should then select the frequencies automatically, and you can have up to 20 presets here for your nav. But that's, I think, how it should do it. And same for this guy here. I can select this as auto, and it should now automatically tune the ILS frequency when we get closer. Okay, no, it just does it. You control speed and power. Great. So yeah, we are on profile as far as I can tell, maintaining the speed. And when we get below 26,000, we'll switch from max speed units to indicated airspeed, so that we will start seeing the indicated airspeed here. And that's what we are waiting for, waiting to get down to 26,000. Yeah, I did not do a landing in this aircraft for a long time, so we'll see how the landing will go. Here we are landing to runway 28 left. 28 left, ILS 28 left with PT transition. Maybe I can just display the chart here so that you guys can see it along with me. I know this happens all the time, so I need to go and say yes to Navigraph every time. I don't know why it doesn't record this and remember my preferences. So it's gonna load the flight, give it some time, and we will get to see how it looks like on the screen. There you go. So that's us, that's our arrival, and that's our approach. If I put the chart on, you will see it. There you go. PT is our transition and costly is our initial fix. So we have to activate approach mode of the autopilot panel right before we reach PT, and then the aircraft will then do the rest for us. 108.9 is the frequency. We need to get down to 3,000 feet. Okay, so because now we know VNAV is working, we can set the altitude to 3,000, and our minimums, we haven't set that. Our minimums for ILS is 200 feet, decision height, or 1325. So let's set those on our PFD, and I'll keep an eye on the chat while I'm doing that. We'll go to here, references menu, and then we'll scroll down to minimums, and we'll select the barometric minimums and increase that to 13, what was it, 1325. So 1330 will be the setting. So that's 1330, that's set. We can now get rid of the reference there, and now what we need to do is we need to set the altitude down to 3,000. So let's do that. Oops, too much. There we go. Altitude is set, so the aircraft would follow all the restrictions by itself until we get down to 3,000. And everything is looking good. We are nearing 26,000 to switch from max speed to indicated airspeed. Almost there. Just keeping an eye on it and waiting for us to pass below 26,000, and I will press this button to bring it to indicated airspeed. You will see that here. Yep, 26,000 is passing. Let's bring it back. Oh, it got stuck again. Well, it is not displaying. So anyway, I don't know how many times I pressed that button. Okay, it's the same here with Navigraph 2. That's what Captain Magazine says. Hugh says he is landing 2-1 left. That's cool, that's okay. No, I think the frequency is same, or it's 108.9er for the ILS. And we'll keep an eye. Oops, I just accidentally became a passenger now. Alright, let's go and check. It's tuning automatically, so as we get closer, so this is what it's doing. It's finding the nearest VOR stations and tuning those frequencies, but when we get closer to the localizer, it should tune the ILS frequency, and we'll monitor this when we get closer to PT. It should be here. Nesto is 9 minutes away, and we are descending nicely and still on profile. Looks like a little bit still high, but I think that's okay. And we have the barometric minimum showing here. Let's synchronize that heading bug one more time. Yep, it should auto tune Hugh, and this is how you do it. So when you are in the tune page, if you click any of the nav radios, you have options here to tune it automatically, and you have some presets that you can to set the frequencies that you use the most to these presets, and it has up to 20 slots that you can use and preset some frequencies so that you can switch frequencies very easily by that first preset. Like if I add 108.9er just in case if something goes south, and if I yep, that's preset 1. So I can use this for nav 1 to tune the ILS very quickly. Like what happens if I press this? It should switch. And same is true for the nav 2. So if you select nav 2 this time and see if they are tuning to different frequencies, you can also say make it auto. And there is a test. I think these are functions that they are trying to build in, but I have a preset that I can apply here and easily get to my scratch pad if you keep these here. So that's preset 1. If I put like, I don't know, 115.40, the frequency we have right now, as a preset 2, I cannot select it like this because it's not active, but I can quickly copy that to the scratch pad and paste it over here. And this is now turned to manual. I'll get back to auto to see what it will do. Let's closely monitor the VNAV descent. We are on profile, nothing crazy there, nearing 20,000 feet. Yeah, I'm still remembering this aircraft. It's been a while, but this is a fun aircraft to fly with. And we'll keep the frequency page here because that's the most important right now. We have the VNAV information here. I don't have to see the lags page, and I know our restrictions. So that's what we will do. We are nearing 18,000. We will switch from standard to local barometric pressure. If you guys remember, it was 3000, and we can go and get the METAR one more time to make sure it hasn't changed. Data link, weather, request, that, send, return, and see if we can. What did I did to get that? Maybe just this? No? Oh, now I don't remember. Oh, view, here, I'm sorry. View, right there. So the QNH is still 3000. Nothing has changed. I am not seeing any differences, so we should be still good for the QNH. Yep, thank you. Okay, question. Modo is yelling at us. Question, yes. Let's do the second question before we land, so that we can know where we are going with the Cirrus SR22 next stream. That's what we are flying. I will look for any mods that improves that aircraft. We will have the NXI because that's a glass cockpit with G1000, and we'll see what we will have. Captain Maddie, hey, how are you? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Captain Megazenin is still not ready, so that's expected, I guess, Captain Megazenin, but give it your best shot. Falcon says let's go. Alright, passing 18,000, switching from standard to local, and we will set the... Why my barometric pressure has not changed? It should be in here, and I'm pretty sure I changed it to Imperial. And oh my gosh, okay, never mind. We will hit the B key, cheat again. I don't have time to go around the menus. Yep, always, I knew you do give your best shot, as always. So we'll see who is the lucky winner this time. SR22, that's going to be an interesting one. That probably calls for a VFR flight around Pittsburgh to go somewhere using the SR22. I don't know how fast that aircraft can. You are right now having a non-diabetic hypoglycemic episode and getting lunch. Captain Medi, that's funny. I hope you are having a good lunch. I will probably do the same after the stream. I had breakfast, but nothing so far, and I try to eat 2 meals over the weekends, not 3, not breakfast, lunch and dinner. I skip 1 meal to keep my body weight controlled. Alright, descent is still looking good. We are jumping onto our next waypoint. As you see, it's flashing now. We are heading to Nesto, and we need to be at exactly 10,000 feet to pass Nesto. And we'll see what the aircraft will do. McDonald's is a very popular restaurant. You may have heard of it. This very popular burger was added to the menu of a local McDonald's in 1967. What was this popular burger made in Pittsburgh? Oh wow, that's an interesting question. Oh, you're serious about the hypoglycemia? Okay, I'm sorry, Captain Medi. That's fine. I just thought it was funny to say non-diabetic hypoglycemic episode, but I just misunderstood what you were trying to say. I understand now. I'm sorry. I apologize. You have hypoglycemia as a condition. I didn't catch that when I first read it. Sorry about that. That's my bad. I apologize. Big Mac, McRib, Whopper, McRib. Okay, let's see. Yep, I did not understand it like that too. That's my bad as well. I guess Captain Medi was trying to tell us that he has a medical condition called diabetic hypoglycemia, and I didn't catch it. Sorry, Captain Medi. I just made a mistake. Please accept my apologies. Yep, Whopper is Burger King, you're right. What? Really? Hold on, what was the answer? Big Mac. Oh, really? Okay. Congrats. I don't know how to read your name though. Thank you, Captain Maddie. So that was Big Mac, huh? I would have never guessed that though. Okay. So now Pino is going to tell us, that's how his name is read, I guess. He just explained that right now. Pino, congrats. And now you are going to tell us where we are going from Pittsburgh using the Cirrus SR-22. So anybody knows what's the cruising speed of that aircraft? I'm guessing about 600, 670 knots, nothing more than that. We are getting close to 10,000. We will turn the landing lights on here in a second, guys. And let's see if we will level off until we pass Nesto. Maybe we will be exactly at 10,000 at Nesto. We'll see. But it was a nice question, Modo. Thanks for the questions and doing that research for us and asking the questions. Okay, so Douglas says SR-22 can cruise at 130 knots, Pino. So keep that in mind when you are selecting a destination. Yeah, we were traveling south and west, you are right. So from Pittsburgh, the options are, we have Ohio, we have Cleveland. I believe we can travel to those places with an SR-22 without spending too much time. So anywhere you want, that's up to you now. But consider that we will be cruising at 130 knots, so that's a slow aircraft. And we don't want the stream to be 5 hours. I mean, I'm okay with 5 hours, but I don't know if you guys will be here. Alright, getting close to 10,000. Let's get down, turn our landing lights on. Landing lights now on, and we'll just do the passenger briefing. No, we will just wait until we reach the transition. Alright, looks like we just made it past Nesto at 10,000 and we keep going. Now the next restriction is 4,000. FAF Falcon Lover is final approach fix. That's your final fix where you expect to capture the glide slope on an ILS approach. Oh yeah, same here, Modo. Same here. I'd like to answer one of the questions correctly in one of the streams and maybe just select the aircraft and maybe we will just fly with the Piper Seneca so that you guys can see that aircraft in action. What isn't final approach fix? Hold on, let me read your question one more time, Falcon. What is the FAF? Oh, waypoint name. Let me go down and I need to go to the next page, okay. That's okay. Oh, waypoint of the FAF. Okay, I got you. Final approach fix is also known as initial approach fix or IAF, and in this case that is for our approach Koslu. This waypoint here where we are at 4,000 is our initial approach fix, and our final approach fix is PITS, Papa India Tango Tango Zulu. Okay, and that should be on the next page. This is our final fix, PITS, 3,000 feet. Let me focus on the PFD. We are below 7,300 and we are getting close to our transition. It's almost Christmas, so I think you can decide once too, boss. Well, yeah, maybe we can do that for the Christmas stream. And we can use the Piper Seneca to go somewhere. That's okay. Moraine Air Park. Okay. I need to make a note of that because I'll probably forget about that after the stream, so let me open my notepad and make a note quickly and copy and paste that from the chat so that I can find that airport. And we'll probably fly in VFR next stream, guys, with the Cirrus SR22. We'll do a VFR flight. We fly around Pittsburgh a little bit and then head to our destination. Thank you, good choice, Pino. Thanks a lot. Alright, we started to pick up the localizer signal, guys, and now we need to start thinking about slowing down. Okay, so I'll go a little bit less thrust now to let the aircraft slow down, because we need to get down to 210 knots to start introducing flaps. And let's keep the range at 5 miles. Back to the home of the Wright brothers, Dayton. Oh, it's Ohio, right? Dayton, Ohio. Moraine Air Park. Okay, cool. Cool selection. Thank you very much. Alright, we'll go ahead and activate the approach mode here in a second. We are getting close to the localizer. We will see this ghost needle moving towards the center as we get closer. And we will just activate that. Okay, PT is 1 mile away. Alright, now the aircraft is going to start turning and we'll just activate the approach mode. Okay, where is our approach mode here? Oh, approach localizer 1. Let's check the tune page to make sure we have the frequencies. Yes, we do. Auto tune to nav 1, 108.9er. And as you see, the aircraft automatically switched to the localizer from GPS. So that's working. Confirmed and verified. Now we are getting down to 3000. Yep, we are established, baby. Now we are going to think about these flaps and everything. So I think at this point we can go flaps 15. That's flaps 15. And we are waiting for the glide slope to come. We have the localizer right at the center, diamond. We are centering slowly with the runway. And
Altitude.
we are getting to, oops, forgot that. Go down to 3000, please. Oh no, it will, I'm sorry. It is waiting to clear that 4000 restriction at Koslu, as you see. Now it should start descending again. Koslu is passed. Oh no, keep descending please, you are going to ruin it all for us. Okay, let's go vertical speed and keep descending, guys. And we'll activate the approach again. Yeah, that didn't go as expected though. And this aircraft is doing something very fishy now. Oh no, I messed it up, I guess. Okay. It's going back to Koslu. Oh, now it's correcting itself. So actually it worked out. It will give us the time we need to get down to 3000. Sorry about that, guys. And we'll just activate approach again, and it should tune and get back to the localizer. Ah, my bad. Alright, as you see, it gets a little bit busy. So we are at 170. We'll go flaps 2 or flaps 35. That's also there.
Landing gear.
Oh, it's asking for us to drop the landing gear, which we will do now. And now we should maintain 50% of M1 to keep the speed around the approach speed of 109er. And we should be getting back to the localizer here shortly. Alright, this should do. And I'm just worried about us getting back on the localizer. Yeah, I should be okay. I'm just waiting us to capture the localizer one more time. And the course is 281. That should be the correct approach course. That's also auto-tuned. Yep, that's correct. Now the aircraft should start turning. Let's turn the taxi lights to on. And let's do the passenger briefing. I didn't forget this time. We are landing, passengers.
Your attention, please. We will be landing shortly. Please turn off all portable electronic devices, snow tables, secure luggage, and loose articles.
Now we should capture the glide slope.
Upright and outboard position.
Speed is a little bit low than I want, so I'm just adding more thrust to get there.
After landing, please
And we should capture... Oh, we are on glide slope.
securely fasten until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
Alright, guys.
Thank you.
I see the airport right in front of us, and I will take control when we get to the minimums. Keeping my hand on the throttles. And I need to slow down just a tad bit more. We are picking up some speed. We need to get down to 109er. So slowing the aircraft down, that should do it. Yeah, I can use the speed brakes too, just a little bit, to slow us just a tiny bit more, to get down to 109er. But looks like we are on profile now. Everything looks nice, and we'll see how the landing will look like. Alright guys, final steps of this flight. An aircraft is correcting itself with the localizer and centering the runway, which is nice. Glide slope is looking good, and we are exactly at 109er indicated airspeed, so that's good to know. Speed brakes are now in. I don't need them no more. I just need just a little bit more thrust to get to 109er. Maybe 55%. M1 should do it. And that should take us there. Alright, we are approaching minimums. And Desert Soldier is with us with the FA-18 Hornet. So puppy lights are looking good. We are fully established and configured for landing. Alright, now at this point I'm gonna take the control.
Autopilot.
Autopilot is disengaged. Let's do this, disconnect. And now it's my plane. Need to keep the nose up a little bit and get back on the profile. Just monitoring the puppy lights now. And there we go. Now we'll go down. And I just drifted a little bit, so I need to get back on the localizer or runway heading.
Minimums.
Continue, we are landing. Hands on the throttle still. And that's the center line. I think we're good like this. Coming in hot. And cut the throttles now to idle. Lift the nose and flare. So now we should fall off the sky nice and easy. There we go. Touchdown. No reversers on this aircraft, so we will let it roll and slow down on its own, and we'll take an exit. I'm not using the brakes, but I will right now to get us slowed down for this high-speed exit. There we go. Now we will exit through here. Turn off our landing lights, bring the flaps in, and we'll stop here for a second. And we'll clean the aircraft up. Alright, that is good. We'll go to the tune page. We will turn the traffic to standby. Go here, altitude reporting to off. Transponder. Standby, okay. We're good. Welcome to Pittsburgh, as Frank said. Yes, welcome to Pittsburgh, captains. I'm coming next to you guys. I can see Coco in front of me, so I'll just park where you guys are at, and we will finish it right there. I always stop after the solid line. Okay, Zephyr, thank you very much. Yeah, I misunderstood that. So, is that true for entering the runway as well? You have to stop after the hold short or before? So let me ask that so that I can correct my knowledge. We'll take this taxiway, by the way. So I have to cross the solid line and then stop. That I understand when exiting. What about entering? We can now turn the flight director off. We don't need it anymore. Before when entering, after when exiting. Okay, got you. Thanks a lot for the information. Alright, we will taxi. I think you guys took this taxiway. Oh wow. Almost. Well, maybe we hit it. Maybe we hit the aircraft. That's okay though. Okay, I got you. Pino, thanks for the information. We'll keep that in mind for the future streams. We'll take this exit or taxiway to the right to get back to the parking location. Yeah, I needed to start thinking about getting a PPL before I die. It would be that's sort of a lifetime wish for me. So we are going to cross an active runway. Our strobes are still on. Yep. Let's check to see. There is a... Yep, that aircraft is too far away. There is no one on here on the approach, so we are good to cross. This is usually clearance is usually given by the ATC to cross a runway, but now we will do it. We will increase the throttle a little bit to make it a little bit quicker to pass. And after we pass, we go down and turn the strobe lights to off. There we go. Oops. Just brake a little bit. And where am I going? Where you guys are at? I'm pretty sure I need to follow here and take that left turn after passing this side and use the Lima on your left. Taxiway Lima. Oh, Modo, good for you. Yes, of course, do that, man. Keep me in the loop though. I'd like to learn about your experience if you do it or end up doing it before I do. Yeah, it's always fun to group fly. Hugh, I love it. So we will come over here and park next to maybe Captain KATZN, or find a parking spot on our left, an empty one ideally. And it's nice to see this aircraft on the ground. United, Lufthansa Regional. I don't know what a Lufthansa Regional is doing at Pittsburgh though. There should be a GA parking area. Maybe it's on the right side, but we are far away from it, so we'll just use this side of the apron and park there. Yeah, I mean, I know the schedule of the pilots is like quite intense. I have a pilot in my family. He is flying Airbus A320. Hi Ender, you caught us at the end of the stream. Welcome. Or maybe you were watching and were silent up until this point. But yeah, I have a pilot in my family. He's flying Airbus A320s in Turkey. And yeah, it's not the best paying job. It's a good paying job, to be honest. But he loves flying, so I'm gonna go over on this side, guys. I'll just take this white line and turn around and park next to that gate, or maybe somewhere or close to that gate. We see in front of us right here. I don't know if there are any ground markings that we can use to position our aircraft, but I don't see any, so I'll just position myself straight with this line over here and park right there. Alright, that's good enough. There we go. Taxi lights are coming off now. Let's set the parking brake, and we will keep the beacon. Passenger signs, I never turn them on back after turning them off, but we are ready. We are ready to shut down our engines. So let's do a quick check around. Yep, everything is looking good. Throttles are idle, flaps are retracted, speed brakes are in. We'll turn off the right engine first, and then turn off the left engine, and that's it. We'll just clear the warnings, and there you have it, guys. Oops, what happened? What is this wheel? Alright, let me just go up a little bit back and take a look from here. Welcome to Pittsburgh. So, and let me just get back to the chat. They do earn much after quite a few years. Don't get paid so much. And don't do bad as a JavaScript guy. Yep, I think the seniority is a big thing, like how many flight hours you have. That's true. Let's turn the warnings off. We can now get rid of the beacon. And we'll turn the nav lights off, but we'll turn the avionics off first. Keep them at dispatch. And now nav lights can go off, alternators can go off. Reset the master caution. Now batteries can be turned to off. We are back to cold and dark. Let's bring the yoke back. Alright, yeah. The experience counts. Modo says I will have a few years of living probably similar to the way I live right now, but that won't bother me. If you are happy with how you are living, I think that what matters. And you will be going after dream, exactly. I agree. Just chase your dream. I'm probably too old for that, but you only live once, like Captain Megazen said. But I think I can at least get a PPL and fly an aircraft in real life before I die. So that is my dream. I'm not dreaming to become a commercial pilot, but God knows what is waiting for us in the future. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for this fun flight with the CJ4, and I'd like to thank Hugh and Captain Megazen one more time for the generous donations they have made during the stream. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate your support. Thanks a lot. And we will be flying the CR22 or SR22, I'm sorry. And we will be flying to a regional airport. So thanks a lot, guys. I think we will stop here and get ready to say you guys goodbye for the day. And I wish all of you a great week next week. And I will see you in the next stream. Please make sure to tune in and have fun with us. All right. It's time to say bye, guys. Take care. We are a great little community, and I can't explain in words how much I appreciate each one of you. So Thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you in the next stream. Take care until then. Have a great week, guys.